Hi guys, welcome back to the Tommy Starcraft channel. It's your host Tommy with yet another Pro Starcraft replay cast from 2024 from the South Korean ladder. We have spawning here in the lower right, in the blue it is Flash with his AK, with his barcode and W, and his opponent spawning here in the lower left in the yellow. It also a barcode player. Sadly I don't know who this is, perhaps you guys know who the AK from this strong Zerg is, as you're also having quite a high APM here versus Flash. So they're both spawning on a 4 spawning location map. Once again, some chatting is going on here in between them. Yeah, like I told you, sadly, I don't know who this Zerg is. So yeah, let's have a look at their build order. We already see a lucky move out here by the Zerg with his Overlord. Very soon he's going to find out the position here from Flash. And let's see what exactly Flash's build order is going to be. It looks like he's going to block the entrance here, so he's preparing a fast expansion build order, if you ask me, securing this position right here. So yeah, pretty standard stuff. Opening up with a supply depot. There's the Zerg with an Overlord here being made. So of course you can see the production tab here in the upper left part, just in case I am missing something. So quite an ordinary gameplay here. Still droning up twice, so no spawning pool yet for him, no gas for him as well. I believe he's also going for a fast expansion build order, as he should have saved those minerals very soon for the hatchery. And there is the move out here with the drone. So indeed we do have a fast expansion build order by the Zerg, as Flash continues here to wall up with his barracks and also moving out with his SCV to scout the map. So pretty standard stuff here. A good move out here for him scouting. Let's have a look at the Zerg. He's also scouting out now with his drone, but the Overlord saw his expansion, so I believe the drone can be pulled back very soon by the Zerg. But no, actually he's still insisting on going here. I believe he's going to try to inflict some damage towards the SCV from Flash. Let's see if this is indeed his plan, perhaps to cancel the bunker, sorry, the barracks, but he's a little bit too late here, and yeah, just deciding to inflict some damage, as now Flash will very likely go to the lower left part of the map in order to see what exactly the Zerg is up to, when exactly his tier 2 is going to start. There we have the spawning pool and the gas, so pretty standard stuff here, pretty standard build order here by the Zerg, going of course fast expansion into a 4 spawning location map is of course gives you more security here against a rush by the opponent. There comes the SCV from Flash. It's going to roam around a little bit more here just to see when or if it's going to be a tier 2 upgrade by the Zerg. And I actually have a nice hidden macro hatch here by the Zerg, which Flash did not scout out yet. So this could be a rush from the Zerg into mass Zergling. Let's see if Flash is going to scout the proximity here and find out about this. His SCV is nicely moving around, even dealing a little bit of damage here and there. And yeah, let's check the main. There are some Marines moving out for him. Zerglings will be able to chase his SCV away, but right now I believe Flash should be able to see the macro hatch very soon, as we do have indeed tier 2 started for the Zerg. And the Marines look like they're pretty much going to commit here for, so this is very likely going to force some Sunkens out very soon by the opponent. The SCV looks like it has been taken out. It's just 4 Zerglings here, but Flash decides to pull back. So yeah, no harassment by him. This should be his factory or either another expansion. Let's have a look. It's actually a hidden barracks. So interesting build order here by him, as he's transferring some SCVs. The Zerg gaining more and more map control, wanting of course to know when or if it's going to be another expansion here for Flash, as the macro hatch is pretty much finished here and tier 2 is also about to get finished very soon. This should already be of course some Mutalisk. Let's see what exactly the plans from the Zerg are. It could also be a lurker rush for him. Let's see if this is indeed going to be his build order. As we see, the barracks has been done. No factory set in here for Flash. So early game he's going pretty heavily into those Marines, going straight forward into attacking and actually even producing more and more Marines with an academy there. Still no Sunkens here for the Zerg, but he might get a good connection here. He might get a good surround versus all of those Marines, and he is able. This will be shut down. Flash tries to micro them a little bit out of danger, but yeah, the perfect surround here by the Zerg. Speed has also been done here for the Zerg, so a good defense for him, as the Spire is getting produced and more drones are actually getting produced here for the Zerg. We do have a small counter attack here by the Zerg versus Flash, but the gates are pretty much closed here with some SCVs, with some Marines. No bunker being needed here for Flash, as he's holding his position very nicely here. The Overlord, however, gives great vision against what exactly Flash is doing, and now pretty much the Zerg is in control of the opening here from Flash, but we do have some fire bats, so of course the perfect counter towards those Zerglings. Fire bats it is going to be here for Flash. And let's check his main once again. Exactly, he is going for more barracks actually, so it's going very heavily into those Marines bio, with medics apparently into the early game, as the Zerg keeps on pushing forward with some Zerglings here. But we do, like I told you, have those fire bats out. And yeah, let's see if Flash is going to indeed move out. Weapons 1 is being started now here by Flash. I believe Stim has not been done yet for him. Check, there's the factory there, we have the academy. So let's see when or if Flash is going to move out here versus the opponent. The Zerg tries of course to invite Flash into attacking, but actually he's the one surrounding Flash. Flash not paying attention here, and in comes the attack by the Zerg. Lots and lots of units will be taken out here. Actually Stim has been done, so Flash having to stay behind now, having a good position, but there's still so many Zerglings here alive for the opponent, as some SCVs have to be pulled to fight. And in the end, this will of course be shut down, but some damage will be taken here by Flash, as he has to Stim once again up. And yeah, one SCV has been taken out, as Flash is now going very heavily into those turrets, as we have 10 Mutalisk actually getting produced here by the Zerg, and even those Zerglings roaming around being annoying. Very smart move here by the Zerg, as one SCV after the other is taken out. Now finally this will be taken out, but the Mutalisk are now in the air, and this early rush can be quite deadly. It's 10 Mutalisk here versus Flash. There are some turrets out, as the Zerg tries to find a good position into attacking versus the opponent. Let's see exactly where he's going. This could be a good spot right here. Not that many turrets up for him, and still could be a double attack with Zerglings and with Mutalisk, as Flash is in some serious trouble early on. SCV immediately getting sniped. Mutalisk do take some damage. Flash has to uplift the barracks in order to give more mobility towards those Marines, and he's in really big trouble here, as the Zerg is nicely harassing the entrance here from Flash. In the meantime, he also went for another expansion here, pumping more and more units out, and going for Queen's Nest and Lurker upgrade. So great stuff here by the Zerg with a very high APM, and Flash having to reposition his barracks and even have to go for a starport. So he might go for some race, he might go for a science facility, a science vessel, so with some irradiance, always good versus the Zerg, versus the Mutalisk perhaps later on, versus the Lurkers, or even Ultralisk. Let's see if indeed we are going to be seeing those units here, as Flash has to stay back home, he has to defend. So many Mutalisk harassing here the middle line. Still the economy looking strong for Flash with 38 workers versus the 28 from the opponent. However, like I told you, the expansions are pumping out more and more units are getting produced. We even have the Zerg hive getting started, so we might see some defilers, we might see some Ultralisk, like I told you. In the meantime, a great position here for the Zerg, and he might even be lucky to snipe some Marines here. Stim is going out, however, and the in comes the damage, but the Mutalisk also taking quite some damage. One has been sniped. Zerglings are pulling now forward, but it's just 3 of them, and the medics do good miracles here, healing up all of those Marines. So medics with Marines indeed here for Flash, as some drones are interesting enough getting transferred here on the high ground. Perhaps the Zerg might even try to get this expansion right here, as Flash still tries to move out, but is getting nicely intercepted with those Mutalisk. Let's see if he has weapons 1 upgrade. Indeed he does it, and now he even going for armor for those Marines. So this could be quite a heavy bio for Flash. Maybe he's not going to transition into some mech. See, he has a double starport, so he's going for some science vessels indeed. So this looks like to be Marines with science vessel early on, with irradiance versus the Mutalisk here in the air. I believe Flash did scan this area right here, so he knows that the Zerg has another expansion. And let's see what the next steps are going to be, as we have indeed that Defiler Mount Nidus channel also being produced here by the Zerg. So the Zerg nicely evolving here into this game, as we now will very soon pass the 10-minute mark. Flash still has to make up his mind where exactly is he going to attack, or if he's going to attack those Marines are pretty much exposed here in the middle, so they might get surrounded with some Zerglings, with some Mutalisk, as another wave of Marines are moving out. And with that, I believe Flash is going to pretty much secure his other expansion point here. He has good stability in the middle of the map, and now it's just going for another expansion right here. In the meantime, the Zerg just pretty much patrolling the map, expecting an attack here on the high ground. There is a Nido Swarm. There are no Sunkens here in this ring of only one here into this location, nicely defended with some lurkers, as now finally the move out is happening here for Flash. Still some units are here to defend versus the Mutalisk. And let's see if his Flash is going to be able to do something here, but there are many lurkers here. One has been irradiated, I believe 4 lurkers actually here for the Zerg. So very hard to see this, even a Overlord is getting parked above that. So very smart move indeed by the Zerg, as he should of course be able to hold his position with all of those lurkers. And yeah, Flash decides to change position. Perhaps he's going to pretty much commit now into the upper part. But we do have Zerglings here, we do have Mutalisk here guarding the expansions there, as some Zerglings are moving out, but they will be intercepted. So some Zerglings will very likely fast fall here for the opponent, as Flash still securing the expansion right here. And let's see if this move out is going to be able to do something for him, as armor will be finished very soon. Now some vultures are getting produced, weapons 1 for the mech, also some upgrades here for the Zerg. Let's check, still 0-0, the Mutalisk also 0-0 for him, as Flash just keeps on guessing the enemy where exactly his move out is going to happen, as he's just roaming around the map, having good stability here with the science vessels in the air. And I believe he might even try to secure yet another expansion here, leaves those Marines here to guard them. No turrets yet for him. Middle map is pretty much secured by Flash, and right now I believe he's going to try to secure this expansion here as well, as the Zerg now sees those Marines into that location. And a little bit of a miss micro here by the Zerg, as he's losing some units. What exactly is he doing? A bunker into this location, so interesting moves here by Flash, as he's now just securing the zone with some mines here, so not allowing a move out by the Zerg with some Zerglings. Lots and lots of splash damage are being awaited here for the Zerg with those mines, and I believe some tanks will follow very soon. Yes indeed, there are the tanks, there is speed, but we do have the Defiler upgrades here, also the ground units. But let's see what those Zerglings can do. Lots and lots of splash damage. Actually those mines working here against Flash, as so many Marines have been lost, and still one mine getting a good connection. So Flash needs to be more careful with that mine placement, as he's now actually being forced to pull back. In the meantime, he's expanding here, but you can see on the minimap his reinforcements are nicely pulling forward. Those vultures very nicely placing mines all over the map, but the overlords will of course react very soon. There we have the Defiler with the Dark Swarm, and with that I believe the Zerg will even secure his expansion right here. So let's see what Flash can do against this. Even Plague has been casted against all of those vultures. Now finally the reaction with some Irradiance versus the Defiler, and Irradiance versus one of the lurkers here as well. So Plague immediately getting casted, so nice stuff here for both players. Once again, Plague versus Irradiance, and I believe the science vessels have to be repaired very soon here for Flash. Or is he going to commit forward? I saw so many mines are being laid out, and even the barracks give good vision here onto the middle map. Scans are going out, and with that it's just Zerglings now here for the Zerg, and he will take some damage if he's not being careful here, as those Marines with those upgrades are really strong. So Flash of course not allowing the expansion here for the Zerg. Some miss micro here with those drones. He needs to be careful not to lose those units here, as Flash is nicely roaming around the map. Still some SCVs are getting transferred for him. Expansion has been finished. Bunker is being settled down. So the map, if you can see the minimap, Flash pretty much in control of the Zerg, playing very defensively here. And now Flash looks like he's going to regroup somewhere with all of his units. So this could be a straight on full attack versus the Zerg. Let's see if he's going to indeed do that. The tanks are of course here in position waiting for the move out orders by Flash. Flash of course is expecting an attack, but hold on, actually the Zerg is moving out, but get those mines really nicely working in favor of Flash, as Zergling after Zergling is getting sniped here. But the real damage dealers will of course be the lurkers with the protection of the Defilers, as finally the tanks are moving out here for Flash. I believe weapons 1 is being done. Let's check at the upgrades here for the Zerg. Also one carry pace for him, as still some lone Zerglings are getting sent out versus the mech from Flash. And yeah, now the tanks will be able to secure this position right here. Lots and lots of splash damage being taken. The lurkers can't even bury there. And now the tanks pretty much in control of this zone right here. The Defilers will be able to push them back a little bit, but in the end still Flash in a very good position as he's slowly but steadily gaining more and more map control, dealing more and more damage towards the opponent, not allowing him to move out. And pretty much this way right here is getting blocked by Flash. At the same time he's moving out with his vultures towards the newly established base here from the Zerg. So vultures, it is the reinforcements, very hard to move here forward for the Zerg as the vultures deal more and more damage towards the economy. Finally the lurker will be able to bury, but there is a scan by Flash and even the Marines are now moving out. At the same time we see a counter attack here by the Zerg into the dark zone, but still those tanks very strong, not allowing him to move forward. Finally some will be unsieged and re-sieged. In the meantime the expansion once again has been taken out. Some lurker eggs might get snapped here also very soon. There is a Nidus Swarm here for the Zerg, but he's taking more and more damage. So a nice mix once again here for Flash with Marines, with mech, as in comes the counter attack. But we even have some Goliaths on the ground here for Flash. However, those Mutalisks should be able to take this out, and the tanks are now pretty much exposed as one after the other is going to fall here. Finally the Zerg with a good move, but in come the Irradiants and defensive makers full of those science vessels, and lots of splash damage now being taken. The Zerg not paying attention. All of those Mutalisks pretty much have been fried with Irradiants, and now the floodgates are pretty much open. The lurker tries his best to deal splash damage towards all the units, and reinforcements are pouring forward, so the ramp can be held here by the Zerg. Still lots and lots of damage be taken, even defensive matrix onto those science vessels, as they will be able to irradiate everything here. And in the end the Zerg decides to GG out. I believe Flash just had way too many bases here, even expanding into this location right here. Some medics right there, but yeah, the floodgates would have been pretty much opened here very soon with some science vessels. And yeah, in the end 78 workers here for Flash. So very nice executed macro game by him, and once again a nice mix of infantry with mech, and once again his defensive matrix is also very important. Nice snap with the Irradiants here, nice combo also right here, securing all of those expansion, pretty much blocking the exit from the Zerg. A very hard game here for the Zerg versus Flash. Let's just check the stats really quick, as I'm going to be once again clicking left and right. 405 APM, a very strong Zerg indeed, but his macro game didn't really kick in. Flash not really allowing him to play his game, and a very nice harassment in the middle of the game from Flash with all of those science vessels. It's pretty much irradiating the important units, pretty much irradiating all of those defilers and lurkers, and in the end the tanks were able to secure the zone there. And those fast moving vultures with the fast Marines on stim also dealing good damage versus the opponent. A very interesting game once again from 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Tommy signing out.